over here. You got to mark my mic on. What it is, people? What's going on? Episode 5, Dry Humpin. Here we are. Not a lot going on in the world outside of the obvious things that everyone else is talking about. If I'm going to sit here and do this, which if I'm being honest, I wasn't in the mood to do it this week. Just because, as I've said in previous weeks, I want to come back on here and get to the fun stories, the happy stories. But bullshit keeps happening, and when bullshit happens, we're going to address it here on Dry Humpin'. So here we are. Let's do it. Episode 5. First and foremost, rest in peace to Black Rob. I feel like a piece of my childhood is dying almost every week now. Rest in peace to Black Rob. Woe is a classic. You will be missed. I feel bad that we got the video that we got of you when we got it, and it was a little too late. So, hope you're in a better place, man. And let's move on to Derrick Chauvin. I don't know his last name. I have not been paying attention to the trial outside of watching the verdict yesterday. Found guilty on all charges. It felt weird when it happened. When it happened that he was guilty, it felt weird because in a way I wasn't expecting it. And if you look at his face, neither was he. I wasn't expecting it. And once it came down that he was found guilty on all charges, the fact that part of me wanted to celebrate, the fact that part of me wanted to be like, yes! The other part of me was like, why? Why are we celebrating this? Why do we feel the need to be excited that this man who absolutely murdered someone is going to jail for it, is found guilty of it? That should have been a foregone conclusion. It was not. And that is sad. And that puts a bit of a damper on everything for me. We also have to keep in mind, just because the jury, the people's part of the system, like we talk about the system all the time in this country, the closest thing that we have to not being the system in the judicial system is the jury. It's the jury of your peers, of the people. It's selected by the system. But now this goes back to the system's hand. And we know how the justice system and police come together and look after each other. So now it's up to the judge to lay down some sentencing. And we'll see how that goes. I was a little thrown off this week when he decided to take time out of his day to come at Maxine Waters and other politicians who were speaking about the case on their social media platforms or just out in the media. Yeah, people are going to talk about it. It's a big case. It's maybe your first rodeo, Judge. I don't know how many of these you've done, but important people talk about it too. So when I saw him decide to go and make a statement about everything coming from people like Maxine Waters who was talking about the case, it leads me to believe that he may be a bit lenient with the sentencing. We'll see. Again, it feels weird to say, hey, I want this dude to go to jail for the rest of his life. That feels weird to me. Although, it's absolutely what I want. You kill someone in cold blood, you should go to jail. I personally am worried about the fact that the lesson from this may not be, hey, don't murder black people if you're a police officer. Don't murder minorities if you're a police officer. I don't think that will be the lesson from this. I think the lesson will be, if you're going to murder minorities, do it in a way that leaves you the benefit of the doubt of saying you panicked. You felt in danger, so you pulled the trigger fast. Kill him instantaneous. I feel like the lesson from this for police officers may not be, let's stop killing black people. It'll just be, do it more efficiently. Do it quickly. Do it in a manner that a jury can give you the benefit of the doubt, and we'll go from there. And that's still not good enough. This was step 1. We have a long way to go. As I'm pretty sure you guys know, just hours after the verdict came down, this young lady, I don't want to mess up her name, Makia Bryant, 16-year-old in Ohio, was shot by a police officer and killed. Apparently she was wielding a knife. I no longer watch these videos, as I've said. Apparently she was wielding a knife and going in the direction of someone with the knife. So the police felt it was necessary to shoot and kill her to disarm her from hurting someone else. And apparently there was a Blue Lives Matter mentioning back and forth between or one of the cops yelled "Blue Lives Matter" somewhere after the incident. I don't know. That one gets tricky when you start talking about someone wielding a knife. I remember the lady got killed by a cop at the La Quinta Inn who was wielding scissors, and that cop got off. And when you start talking about doing stuff to protect yourself and protect others, we start talking about a different conversation. I don't want to get too deep into the woods here. We're still waiting on the facts. Like I said, I have not seen the video. I just still go back to my question from last week last week I said, what happened to foot pursuits? What happened to shooting people and not killing them? Is it a thing now where if you go to kill someone, if you're a police officer, I would really like to ask a police officer this. If you're a police officer and you have to use what the term deadly force, lethal force, or use your weapon, your service pistol, are you supposed to use your service pistol in a way to kill someone? Is that the only shot that you're trying to take is the kill shot? Because I've seen plenty of police officers on television and movies, and I get it, it's television and movies, shoot someone in the back of the leg, shoot someone in the shoulder, shoot someone in the hip. And I'm pretty sure you shoot someone. I've never been shot by anything more than a pellet gun. I'm pretty sure if you getting that hurt like hell, don't get it twisted. I'm pretty sure if you get shot by something, whatever you were in the middle of doing, you're probably going to stop doing it pretty quickly. So is it the norm to shoot to kill, or is that just what's happening now? And if it is the norm, why is that the norm? Is it to avoid lawsuits? Is that to avoid people being able to tell their side of the story at the end of the day? That's just always concerned me. When police officers use guns, they always seem to go for the kill. Also, rest in peace to Adam Toledo. Again, did not see his video. This is another video where police are saying maybe the kid had a gun. They were responding to a 911 call of someone shooting. One person got away when they shot Adam Toledo. Apparently there was a gun found in his general vicinity. Look, if you want to find the facts, go look them up for yourselves. That's just another situation where I ask, if you do feel the need to shoot someone, why can't you shoot them in the side, shoot them in the shoulder? Like, these police are dropping and killing people with these shots, like with precision. They may not be training their muscle memory to grab their taser, but they're damn sure training from here to there. They're training the hell out of that because they're dropping kill shots left and right all over the country. We have to get to a place where that is not the end all be all. Sometimes people may run and get away. If you have the information, if we're talking about community policing, where people are in the community, where they know the people they're policing. When my sister was a cop, one of her favorite lines was, "I'll catch you later. You can run. I know where your mother lives. We'll get you." And that's how it is. That's how it should be. I should say. That's not how it is, but that's how it should be. Better de-escalation tactics, being better at when detaining someone, just putting them in the back of a car and getting them to the police station and going from there. We'll see how it goes. As I said last week, I wanted to get back to the fun and get back to all the preachers having sex on altars and stories like that. And 2021 has not allowed for it yet. It has not allowed for it yet. Every week we're talking about this, and I'd feel like a jackass coming on here and not addressing it. Just talking around it when it's on everyone's mind right now. All right, yeah, you know what? We're going to leave it right there. Unfortunately, this was the week that was. We had a Derrick Chauvin verdict. He's found guilty on all charges. We're now waiting to see what this sentencing looks like. And since the last week, we've had at least 2 shooting deaths at the hand of police officers that have made headlines. We didn't even get into the another mass shooting in Indiana. So I want to come on here and talk about something happy next week. Hopefully the next 6 days will provide us some better stories to talk about. Until then, this has been therapeutic for me. I hope you got something out of it as well. Peace out.